Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the Internet's most passionate wine program. And as you can see, we have some guests. Little dinner table, a little more fancy than normal. Little food. I was eating a little bit before the show started. Hope you guys didn't mind. And we're going to be talking Sopranos wine. That's right, probably the, would you say, maybe the greatest show of all time?
Absolutely.
Besides Cheers.
Besides Cheers, the second greatest show of all time. And now they have a wine project. And we're going to do a two-parter, some whites, and then we're going to do some reds. And this guy to the left of me is the guy behind it. Why don't you say hello to the Vayner Nation, tell them who you are, and what this is all about.
Excited to be here. My name is Mark Gonsalves. I can't do that because I only have a few syllables. And I am one of three owners of the Soprano Wine Company, Vesuvio Import Company, direct from Italy to New Jersey to you,
the dirty
or
jokes.
a liquor store near you.
Very nice. And so, how did this happen?
You know, HBO that created Soprano Wines with David Chase. Well, Italian wine was such a big part of the show. They wanted to have a legacy after season 6 until the movie, right? And
where is the movie?
Yeah, where is the movie? Man?
Is that coming? I mean, Sex and the City's on like 30, and we can't get a Sopranos movie?
Yeah, but all those girls are still alive. Everybody on The Sopranos is dead.
Got it. Thanks for clearing that up.
So anyway, so we decided to come out with some fine Italian wines from 5 families in Italy that make our wine, put it in the bottle, and bring it over to the States. So.
And so what? You get a random email, hey, it's HBO, we want to make a Sopranos wine. How does this go about?
Well, I mean, we've been in discussions
I think it was the reverse.
He was emailing HBO every day.
He gave them an offer they couldn't refuse.
There you go. There you go. We've been working on it, Gary, for a couple of years, and finding the right producer, finding the right grape varietal, finding the right packaging, and then going to market.
So now, as I'm sitting here, obviously, you know, my biggest fear, as you know, look at this guy. This guy rolled in with one of the 2nd or 3rd generation wristbands. So, as you know, this show has been built on the fact that I call it like I see it. I've been sitting next to Wayne Gretzky, panned one of his wines. This is a very difficult situation for me, right? I'm very scared to pan these wines because I don't know what's going to happen if I rate them negatively.
I'll tell you what's going to happen.
Please explain to me.
You don't like the wines.
Right.
You're going to get whacked.
You didn't even like build it up. You went right to
Staten
it.
Island, I cut you up and we bury you.
And that's it. That's the options. Either like them
You're swimming with the fishes.
with the calamari.
With the calamari. So, no.
Why are the people at home not to think that this is a gimmick play? When you get involved in this kind of stuff, and I'm involved right now with several projects, and I tell everybody, listen, everybody's always excited when they have something like Sopranos or like a baseball player or like a big brand, and I'm like, no, this doesn't fly in the wine industry. People see this, and they think they're paying for the brand, and that the wine is garbage. Explain to me why the hundreds of thousands of people watching this right now should not think that.
Okay. First of all, there's about 100 million people that call themselves Soprano heads. It's on A&E 4 times a day, 29 million viewers on HBO. So we have 100 million customers that don't know we're in the business. We take our wine very seriously. That's the reason why we selected 5 families that make quality wine. Everything from Pinot Grigio to Chianti to Reserva to Prosecco. We're going to try a lot of those. It's in the bottle. And all I can say, Gary, is that when I first decided to start this company with my partners, I went out to Las Vegas and I sat with 2 master sommeliers at Bobby Flay's restaurant. And at that time we only had 5 wines.
Did you bring the boys?
No, I didn't bring the boys. I wanted this to be unbiased.
Okay.
And those 2 master sommeliers, blind tasting, a la before the Thunder Show.
Sure.
You know, this is a couple years ago. They put it in a brown bag.
Yep.
Literally chose 5 of our wines, over 5 of their wines that are double the price. And the comment they made to me was, Mark, it's in the bottle. And God bless them, that's the same thing Ernest Gallo told me back in 1988.
Well, I'm just going to say that. I think for context, you mentioned something I didn't know. You said we were just yapping before we got ready, and you said when I was in the wine business, when I left the wine business 23 years ago, or whatever you said.
Correct.
So you were in the wine business. You're not an entrepreneur that saw the opportunity. So you'd been in the business before. How?
I worked for Ernest Gallo out of the military as a sales and marketing guy for them, route salesman, district manager, area manager, and then I was in Vermont and took a territory in Vermont, Western Mass, and upstate New York. So I knew the business, and when I was with Gallo, we represented non-Gallo brands.
Sure.
The Northwest. When the Northwest was just first starting
Yep.
in 1985, and everything was blueberry and boysenberry before Pinot
Sure.
had hit the market. So
Long before.
long before.
Now, you're eating away.
Yeah, I'm eating the octopus salad. Delicious.
Is it delicious?
Salads is about
Calamari
mine.
and shrimp.
Mott, let's move over to South. Before we get into the wine, we're at a very famous restaurant.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank-
Why don't you tell them who you are and a little bit about this place we're humbly visiting?
It's our pleasure to have you, as a matter of fact. I'm Sal. It's Patsy's Italian restaurant on 56th Street in New York City. And we always say it's the restaurant made famous by Frank Sinatra. He was a customer of ours. He knew my grandfather, whose name was Patsy, very well. He brought all his friends here. If you look at the photos downstairs that we have of all the celebrities, one way or another, they trace back to Frank Sinatra. And my grandfather, Patsy, was the first chef. He taught my father how to cook, who's been working here for 66 years. We're open since 1944. Started when he was 11. And my father taught me how to cook. So I'm only the third generation chef in all these years. And it's an honor and a pleasure to have you in the room that Frank Sinatra used to
Tell me
take
about
you.
this room. Mott, when Mott came in, he was very excited about being in the Frank Sinatra room. What is that? What that curtain was for? I mean, what's
Yes.
going on here?
There's actually an entrance you can't see right over here.
I love
that
it.
Frank Sinatra used to come in, a private entrance. We bring him in here.
Does anybody
and we-
use the private entrance now?
I
We
do.
do. We make sure he does.
Yeah, when I'm hiding out, I come up as the Patsy, hide me. He sets the curtain, I go in the corner.
This way you don't have to pick
Brilliance.
up anyone's check. He's all right.
Brilliance.
And he would come up here and be undetected, otherwise he wouldn't be able to finish
Sure.
his dinner. But it was an honor to know him, and to this day, there isn't a day that goes by where someone doesn't mention that Frank Sinatra used to come here.
Well, thanks for having us. We're
Our
excited to be
pleasure.
here. The food. Yes, yes.
But Nancy comes here all the time.
She still
To this
does.
day.
To this day. the
You
family
don't
still
always
does.
see Nancy
Very Seinfeld
downstairs.
was
Yeah.
a lot of people.
We're very lucky.
This
Nancy
is- this is
Sinatra.
not-
Dina Martin comes in. All the kids come in now.
All
Frank
of the
Jr.
generations, it's true. As a matter of fact, about 2 months ago, I got the pleasure of introducing Frank Sinatra Jr. to Frankie Valli. They had never
No
met each other.
kidding.
Downstairs.
And Frank's father, Frank Sr., had brought Frankie Valli here 50 years ago.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Dominic Chinese is becoming
Yes, let's
here.
go over here. Our secret guest for the next episode.
Oh!
Give a little wave to the Vaniacs.
He's
Yes.
been coming to Patsy since 1957, before I was born. A steady customer for us.
That is some serious tradition.
Very lucky.
And I'm having my birthday party here. We just made a deal.
That's
right.
Sponsored by Soprano Wine.
Do you want to invite any of the Vaniacs?
No, the curtain's going to be closed.
No shot.
No,
Not even
you
one
ain't
lucky
getting-
one?
No.
Maybe Gary could come.
No, I can't even come.
You can come.
Can I?
Yeah, you can come.